Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this video. This is John from Programming Knowledge, and we will continue to work with our project or progressive web app project. And from the last tutorial, we implemented the add new contact logic right here. We have the form, query selector, and we're trying to select the form, and we're trying to listen for the submit event, and if that happens, then we're gonna prevent the default behavior of that particular form, and then we're getting the value of our contacts coming from our form, respectively like the name, the numbers, or the contact numbers. And then right after that, we're adding that into our collection or DB collection, which is the contacts that we have created into the Firebase, or we created that from the Firebase backend, this particular DB collection contacts. And then whenever there's like an error, then we're catching that by using this particular clause right here and lagging that into the console. And right after that, we're trying to set the value into empty for the field name and of course the field numbers. So in this video guys, we're going to add also the delete logic for this particular project. So we have the add logic, so now we will try to work with the logic of delete. Now in order for us to to be able to delete a contact coming from our database, we will try to listen also a click event inside our DOM, so inside our project. So basically we will declare here a constant, and then we will try to select the contact container equals document and then query selector, and we'll specify here the class name for the contacts, or I mean the contact container, which is contacts. So this particular element is located here inside our index.html file, and we can see here we have the class contacts, right? So basically what we're trying to do is try to listen or add event to this particular area right here. So whenever the user clicks on this delete icon, so the data should be deleted. Okay, so semicolon, and then we're gonna say here contact container, and then add event listener, and we're gonna specify here the click event, and we're gonna have to add a function right here. So inside this function, we could console event, or I mean console log the event. There you go. And then we could also check, for example, if the event, the target tag name, or equals the I, then we could say const id equals the event target, and then get attribute, and then data id, and we're gonna use this id to delete the specific contacts from our database, our Firebase database. So db collection, and then open and close parenthesis, we're gonna say here contacts, this is our collection contacts, and then doc, and then open and close parenthesis, specify the id, and then the function, or the function delete. So this will try to delete the contact or the record contact from our Firebase database. Okay, so after this, here, before the logic of adding new contact, we will also add the real-time listener for our project. For example, if we add a contact, we should be able to detect that there's a new contact, and it should sync with our display inside here in the index.html. So we're gonna add here, as I've said, real-time listener for any changes, like for example adding or deleting a contact. So we could say here db collection, and then of course again specify the contacts collection, and then on snapshot. So this is coming from the Firebase, and then this particular function will accept another function, snapshot, and then arrow, and then we're gonna use this snapshot variable right here. Okay, so snapshot, and then doc changes. If there's like changes inside the document, then we're gonna iterate through that collection. So by using for each, and then each, and then let's make this a function, and another parameter change, and we're gonna make use of this change right here. So we're gonna check if change that type equals to added. So if the change or the type of change is added, then we could render contact, and we will try to create this function, render contact. So that will be change, and then doc, and then data, and then change dot doc id. Okay, so again we will create this render contact function, and we will specify the data and of course the id. There you go. And if we will try to check also if the type of change is removed, then we're gonna have to add another logic for that. So change that type equals to remove, then instead of render contact, we will use remove contact. There you go. So again we will create functions remove contact and render contact later on. So that will be change dot doc dot id. Okay, save this. So now we have the add new contact logic. We also have the delete a new contact, or delete a contact, and also we are trying to listen for changes or real-time changes for this particular collection contacts. And if the type of change is added, then we will render the new contact into the DOM of our project. And if the change type is equal to remove, then we will try to remove that from our database also. So after that, we will open the commons.js. So in here we will try to implement the render contact function. Okay, so render contact, it will be constant render contact equals data, the parameters data and id. As you can remember here, we supply the render contact with this particular parameters, contact data and doc id. So we will render the HTML, so that will be const and then HTML equals, okay, and then backticks, there you go. And inside the HTML will be the HTML that we are using right here. So we have the contact details, contact options, and also the image. So what we could do is try to copy and paste this and paste it here. Okay, now we're going to interpolate the values for our contacts, like for example the names and the numbers, and also that's the name and numbers. So instead of John Doe, we're gonna be using interpolation here, $, and then open and close curly braces. We're gonna specify the data and then name, and in here we're gonna change that also, open and close curly braces, and then data that number. Okay, and inside here the delete icon, then we're going to specify the data ID, or data attribute with ID, and we're gonna add interpolation again here, specifying the ID. So we got this ID coming from our parameter. There you go. And after render contact, we will also add inside this render contact, we will append this HTML into our contacts. What do you call this? Contacts div. Okay, so we will try to append that inside this particular div, contacts. So what we could do is try to add a const right here. That will be const contacts, and then document, and then query selector, open and close parentheses, and then specify the contacts class. There you go. And we will add append contacts, and then inner HTML. We're setting that into the HTML that we have here, where we interpolated the string values of our contacts, say for example the name and the number. Okay, so this is rather long tutorial, and I hope you are following with this tutorial. And in the next video, we're going to add also the remove contact function that we are trying to use here. Okay, so we implemented the render contact already, and in the next video we're going to continue with our PWA tutorial. So I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and if you are new here in our YouTube channel, you can subscribe and press the notification bell so you will get updated whenever we have a new upload. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.